Hello everyone and welcome back to the One Stop Co-op Shop. We're going to start episode 2 of Folklore, the Affliction. Now there are a couple things that I did wrong in the last playthrough and I just want to talk about them now. Also, if anything else comes up later, I'll put them in the Klingon subtitles that'll be popping up right now. So make sure to turn on your Klingon subtitles so you can see that. The first thing I did is on Samson, my Indiana Jones character, I checked off sickened instead of spooked. Sickened is way worse. No. He's just spooked, thank goodness. Hopefully that ghost or whatever went through him did not get him sick. That's what I'm hoping at least. So yeah, he's just spooked, not sickened. The other thing is, when I was walking through this area right here, I took a step here and then moved to there because of this edge. I thought I had to move to this space and then this space. Well, it turns out you can move diagonally. So I could have just gone like that. Wouldn't have made a difference in the playthrough, but it's just good for you to know. So when you're playing your own game, you know that you can go diagonal. Without further ado, let's jump into the playthrough. If you recall, we had two choices and I asked you guys which one I should make. I believe the vast majority said that I should help the farmer with his troubles. So that means we're going to go to story moment 46 on page 48. You realize how much courage that it took for this man to approach and ask for help. He was obviously nervous, but overcame his fear. It shouldn't take too much time to deal with a few wolves, and the farmer promised to tell you of a shortcut, which will hopefully make up for time lost. So we now do the farm choice 2 on page 6. The farmer leads you out of town and points in the direction of his fields. There is my land. I ask you kindly to destroy these wolves. It is dusk when you reach the farm. The moon hides itself behind a thick layer of clouds, but the stars are bright, allowing you to see well enough. The quiet atmosphere changes as you hear soft growls. Rabid wolves emerge from their hiding places among the tall grass, sniffing the air, their eyes almost seeming to glow. So we have some primary goals. Our first primary goal is to defeat the rabid wolves. See the encounter dialog box. Don't forget to search the bodies for loot. You can see that on the reference card. We'll see how that is. Each character rolls a d10, and those getting a 10 plus finds an item. After the combat, immediately read after the fight on page 7. There's also some optional goals that we can do. Investigate all search locations available only during combat. Perform a search and roll a d10. If we roll a 4 through a 7, nothing happens. 1 through a 3, we get caught in a snare. 8 through a 10, you find an item. We can potentially investigate the Scarecrow map feature, and you'll see how that works. We'd have to do an Ecology 5 test. What's important to note, though, it's only available during combat, so you can't do this after you defeat the wolves. You have to, instead of fighting the wolves, do a search action. That's why it says that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull out the tile that looks like this. We have 3 wolves on the board, a red die here, we have our Scarecrow here, and a search token here. And this is our start zone for where our heroes can start. Here we have our tile all set up and ready for this encounter. We have our 3 wolves, the Scarecrow, which we can go over here and do that search action if we want. We have a search token over here where we can search what's in the well. Maybe we find an item in the well. Yeah, maybe it's a bucket. And then our characters over here. I have Indiana Jones or Samson right here. Rave is over here. And Val is here in the back. Here is our Rabid Wolf encounter card. Now we're playing with 3 characters, so each of our wolves are going to have 17 health. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to track that with 3 dice. So we'll put a 17 over here, a 17 down here, and a 17 over here. I'll let you know which ones denote which wolves when we go back to the board. We know that it's dusk, so dusk means they get -5 on their might, which is really nice. Their defense is 41, they have a stride of 5. When we defeat them, we get a lower points of 10 and 2 coins, which is really nice. This icon over here means that they're a nature type of enemy. So that means our archaeologist's ability of having +5 against mortal foes doesn't work for the rabid wolves. They do have a special power here that if the vicious bite attack has a power die of 0, the chance to become sick changes to sickened 8. So it's very likely you are going to get sick, which is gross. You do have these powers here. How this is going to work is we're going to roll the percentile dice, just like normal for them. When we roll them, we then look at what the number is on the just the D10, and if it's a 1 through a 4, we have the takedown ability. If it's a 5 through a 7, it's a hamstring. And if it's 8 through a 0, it's a vicious bite. All of those will only come into play, though, if they successfully hit our heroes. And this icon over here means that they are melee, so they're going to be having to be adjacent to our heroes in order to attack. So if the rabid wolf rolls a 1 through a 4 on this d10 and they hit you, the wolf leaps at you and swings its clawed paw, lose 3 vita and get pushed 1. 5 through a 7, we have a hamstring. The wolf's jaw rips at your hamstring, lose 1d4 plus 1 vita and become immobilized 5. Or 8 through a 0, vicious bite. Your flesh is torn by a mouth foaming with blood and pus. Ooh, lose 4 vita and become sickened 4. And then, of course, if it is a 0, it's actually sickened 8, so it's very likely you're going to get sick. So before we start our encounter, we need to determine who is going to go first. This is going to be the wolves' roll. They rolled a 3. Wow, they're not going to go first. Hopefully. We'll roll for us, and we got a 75. Perfect. So that means we get to go first. Our first player to go is going to be an archaeologist. What we're going to do is we're going to gang up on one wolf and try and take it out before it even activates, because we'll all 3 get to go before the wolves do. It's not likely we're going to do 17 points of damage, but if we could find a way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can do our movement first, and then we can attack. So every character gets a move action. You can move equal to your stride. Our stride is 4 for each character. Then you can do one of the following actions. Attack a foe with an equipped weapon. Attacking ends any movement. Activate exhaust an item or artifact. Or attempt to use a prayer or ritual. So one of those 3 things. Then all of these things here you can do as many times as you want, and they don't, I believe they aren't considered an act. So a character may interact with one feature on the map, such as a search token or a skill check die. Cool. You can summon an allied companion, or an ally or a companion. You can use a consumable item, you can use an ability, or you can do an equip trade action. Our archaeologist here is going to use the whip. Now it has a range 2, but we're not going to worry about range. We're right next to that wolf. If we hit, we get to roll 1d4. And then my plan is, I believe, I'm going to use this power if we do hit, which lets us roll an additional d4 and add that as damage. But I'll have to use a power point to do so. Now our might is +3, but we are spooked, so we're at a -5. So we're going to be overall a -2 to our die roll. And the wolf's defense is 41, so we have to get above a 41. Looking for above a 41. 59. Perfect. We subtract 2, we still hit the wolf. So normal damage is 1d4. We'll roll that. That is 4 points of damage. Heck yeah. So what we're going to do is we are going to use one of our power points. We'll move down to a 4, wherever that is on this die. There it is. And then we get to deal an additional 1d4 of damage on a hit with a whip type weapon. Okay, we did 2 more points, so that's going to be a total of 6 points of damage. And you guys, sorry, it's hard for you to see what I roll on a d4, so I'll try and lift it up like this so you can see it. So that's a 2. So I'm going to have that wolf be this red die down here. So we'll put him down to an 11, because he just took 6 points of damage. Can we do 11 more points of damage with 2 heroes? Probably not, but let's see if we can. Our exorcist is next, and we're going to have him go 1, 2, 3, 4. Come over here, and he's going to whack this guy with a pick. I miss showing you guys this box here. It says here, a character with the blue story marker gains +5 might for this combat due to the urchin's warning. And the exorcist was the one who gave the money to the urchin. So that's going to cancel out his spooked status. That means we overall have a +4 for might, because the +5 and -5 for the spooked is going to cancel each other out. And something I forgot with the archaeologist, we have a damage bonus of each of our characters of +1, so we actually hit that rabid wolf from an 11 down to a 10. We did another point of damage, because we got to do 1 more point. All of us have the damage bonus +1, so that is awesome. So we're going to try and hit with this pick. That's going to, if we do damage, we get to roll a d4 and add +1 to it. And this is a 2-handed weapon. We're trying to get above a 41. And we have a 65. +4 is 69. Boom. So we'll grab a d4. And we get to add 2 to this. So that's a 2. We get to add 2. 1 for the +1 on the pick. And +1 because of our damage bonus. We just did 4 more points. So that means this rabid wolf goes from 10 all the way down to a 6. Maybe our telepath Val can do 6 points of damage? Let's find out. Man, if we can take out this wolf in this round, that would be amazing. We're actually going to leave Val right where she is because she can attack range. And how range works in this game is you have infinite range as long as you can see them. There's nothing blocking line of sight here, so she can see that wolf and she can attack him. Val is one of our stronger characters. She's got this psychic implosion. She can crush the brain matter of a foe, inflicting 1d4 damage and force them to lose a turn. She rolls a d6 and gets a 6+. So I think the first thing she's going to do is use the psychic implosion. Then she's going to use her quartz lantern, and that'll do that's a regular attack. We get a d4 +1 plus a 1 damage bonus here. But remember, we have -2 overall in might because we are spooked. And I should mention, if we're going to use that power, we're going to decrease our power points by 1. First things first, this is for the psychic implosion. We're going to deal, only 1 point of damage. That is such a bummer. So this wolf's going to go from 6 damage or 6 health down to 5. So now we need to do 5 points of damage with this hit if we want to take him out. Oh, it's going to be interesting. Okay, we're going to roll these 2 dice. Let's see. We got to get above a 41. And that's a 17, so it's a miss. Bummer. Now the wolves activate. So the first thing you do is you always look to see which wolves have the most vita, and they activate first. Well, this wolf is at 17 health, so he's going to come right up here, and he's going to try and attack our archaeologist. Our archaeologist's defense is 36, but remember, the rabid wolf has -5 for its might because it's dusk. So we subtract 5 to this. 36 is 31. That's a miss. Yes. If we'd not have been playing at dusk, that would have hit our archaeologist. Wow. This wolf over here also has full health. Now here's the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's actually going to go towards the archaeologist, and their range or stride is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He can come right in and attack our archaeologist again. I probably can't expect getting lucky twice in a row, but maybe? No, 86. That's definitely a hit. So now we look to see what this 6 stands for on their card. The 6 is in the hamstring. The wolf's jaws rip at your hamstring, lose 1d4 plus 1 vita, and become immobilized 5. Remember, though, our archaeologist has this freedom ability. You can never be immobilized. Yes! So you don't have to worry about the immobilized, but we do have to roll for damage. We'll roll a d4, and it's a 4. Seriously? So we add 1 to that. He just took 5 points of damage. He had a total of 23 health points to begin with, so that's going to put him down to 18 health left. Oh, man. The final wolf is here in between the 2 heroes. I was hoping we were going to kill him. He only has 5 health left, but unfortunately we didn't. So now he could target either one of our heroes. So we're going to roll a d4, and on a 1 or 2, he's going to attack the priest. On a 3 or 4, he's going to attack the archaeologist. We'll also roll the percentile dice at the same time. So let's see. 3, 4, 96. That's so close to 100. That is going to be the archaeologist. So once again, we have a 6. He's not going to be immobilized, but we roll the d4 to determine how much damage. A 2 plus 1 is 3. So he goes down to 15 health. Ow. We now move to the hero phase. For the hero phase, our archaeologist is going to go first, Samson. We have a -2 overall to our might. We got a 53, -2 is 51, still above the 41 defense. So now we get to roll a d4 to determine damage, and we got a 1. Well, that's wonderful. So that's going to make that wolf go from a 5 down to a 4, and then we're going to use up another power point. We got to take this wolf out. Move this down to a 3 to do that for our power point, so we can deal an additional 1d4 of damage with a whip. So come on, be a 4, be a 4. No, it's a 3. Gosh, it's hard to show you guys this die. It was a 3, so that means this wolf has 1 health left. For the priest's turn, we're going to hope that Val can take out this wolf, and instead, we're going to bring our priest over to here to attack this wolf. We have +4 to our might, thanks to being able to give that coin to the urchin. We got a 60. Nice. We definitely hit that wolf. And we get a 1 plus a 1 is 2. So that means this wolf goes from a 17 down to a 15. Val's going to guarantee a kill here. She's going to use a power point to use her psychic implosion again. That's going to put her down to a 4, but I'm not even going to roll because she's going to at least roll a 1 on a d4, and that's going to take that wolf out. We can say it's sayonara, sucker. Now, at the end of this encounter, this is how I understand the rules. You guys let me know if I'm wrong, but at the end of that encounter, we can all do a search to see if we have found an item. We can do a search 10 to loot the bodies of these wolves, because maybe they have an item in their fur or something. We're going to have Val go 1, 2, 3, 4 to come over here. Soon she's going to be able to do a search action over here, but for this time, she still has line of sight to this wolf, so she's going to attack this wolf. We're going to move her 2 down to a 1, so she can only use this quartz lantern one more time for an attack. But she has a -2 overall. Oh, 99, 1 away from an ultimate hit, but that's definitely going to do some damage. So come on, D4, roll me a 4. Okay, that's a 3 plus 1 because of the quartz lantern. She does 4 points of damage. This wolf goes from 15 down to 11. Oh, you guys, I keep forgetting to add the +1 damage bonus. Oh, that means the archaeologist could have taken out that wolf. Well, too bad for that, but I can catch this wolf up. We're going to put him down by 2 more because both our telepath Val and our priest Rave would have done a +1 damage. So we should only have 9 health left for this wolf. Sorry about that, you guys. I would say that's the hardest part about this game is keeping track of all the different +1s. Now the wolves are going to go. So this one is for sure going to attack Samson. This could hurt. 29, that's a miss. Yes. Okay, the next wolf has both of the priest and the Samsung in sight. So 1, 2 is the priest, 3, 4 is Samson. 14, that's a miss. So it doesn't even matter. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Now we'll move back to the hero phase. Samson is next. Overall, a -2 to his attack. He rolls a 78. -2, that's going to be more than 41. Wow, this is awesome. And he does 2 points of damage to that wolf. So we go from a 9 down to a 7, but then he has the +1 damage bonus, so it's going to be a 6. Yeah, if I can find it. Come on, where are you, 6? I cannot find you. There you are. A 6. Next is the priest, and he gets an overall +4. 33 +4 is not enough. Bummer, so he totally missed the wolf. So I think this is right, but what we're going to have Val do is move over here and interact with the scarecrow. But because she's doing that, I don't think she gets to attack. So we can investigate the scarecrow map feature, only available during combat. This is a map-based skill check. Pick up the red die from the board and roll it for a result. It's an ecology 5. We don't have the ecology skill. We just need to roll a 5 or higher. The scarecrow has fallen off its post. Crows caw at you in mockery. If we succeed, we restore the scarecrow to its rightful place, earn a boon. But if we fail, you cannot manage to get the scarecrow back to its post. It falls atop you during your attempt. Lose 1 d4 vita. Okay, come on. A 5? We can do a 5. Of course, we do remember that she's the one who always notoriously rolls 1s. Seriously? I called it. I shouldn't have said anything. But so that's a fail. So the scarecrow doesn't help us. We don't gain a boon. Instead, she gains 2 points of damage. She goes from a 20 down to an 18. All because I said that she normally rolls a 1. And so I had to roll a 1. Man. Okay, now we're back to the wolves. The first wolf is definitely going to attack Samson. And an 87 is going to hit Samson. Remember, the 7 is immobilized, so we don't have to worry about that, but we still lose D4 +1 vita. Let's see what we get. A 1! Yes! So that means he only takes 2 points of damage. He goes from 15 down to 13. The next wolf can attack either our priest or Samson, so 1 or 2 is our priest, Rave, and 3 and 4 is Samson. 35? -5 doesn't even matter. It's a total miss, because they've got -5 in might. Yes! Okay, Samson has his whip. We've got 6 health left on this one wolf. Let's take him out. That is a 7. That's 100% an air ball. Man. Okay, Priest, let's do it with the pick. 81. That works. He gets a +4, so we get a D4 +1 for damage. Come on. That is 1. 1 + 1 is 2. So this wolf goes from a 6 down to a 4. Okay, so Val's kind of pissed that scarecrow fell on top of her head. So what she's going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 3, and stop. 4, I think, no, 3, 4. I don't think this gate blocks line of sight. So we'll put her here for 4. What she's going to do is she's going to attack this wolf. First things first, though, she's going to blow him out of the water with his brain. So she's going to use another power point, goes down to 3, and now she does 1d4 worth of damage. If she can roll a 4 here, she takes him out with this. Oh, it's a 3. Oh, that means our wolf is down to 1 health. Well, I think it's worth her using her last range attack to try and take that wolf out. This is the last time she can use her quartz lantern for a combat, so we've got to make this worth it. Come on. Come on. 87, she has a -2. 85 is still enough. It doesn't even matter what she rolls with this D4, 3 points of damage. That wolf only had 1 health. Gone. 17 health is brutal. But that's 2 wolves down. Now, this wolf gets to activate. He's going to attack Samson. I've got to get the priest over there now to help Samson. Samson only has 13 health left. I don't want him to die. Don't forget, it's -5 to this die roll. 31, -5 is a miss. Yes, because Samson's defense is 36. Oh my God. Okay, Samson's turn. He's got his whip. Let's see what he can do. He rolls an 8. He gets nothing. I mean, I don't really blame him. He's probably exhausted from getting hit and attacked by all these wolves. We're going to have our priest go 1, 2, 3 to come over here, and maybe he can take some of the brunt of this wolf's attack. But he's still going to attack the wolf. He gets a +4 to his might. And that's an 86. Boom. Takes him out, or does the damage. And he does 2 points of damage plus 2 more. That is 4. That puts this wolf down to 13 health. Val now could come up here and attack melee to this wolf, but the only damage that she'd be able to do is the +1 damage bonus that she has. So I don't think that's worth it. Instead, we're going to have her run over here and do a search of what's in that well. To do an investigate, available only during combat, perform a search, roll a d10. 1 through 3, she's going to take a snare damage, so she's not going to roll a 1 this time. 4 through 7, nothing, but an 8 through 0, she can find an item, maybe another weapon. Here goes nothing. It's an 8! Yes. Let's see what she finds. She gets a hacker, +5 might. 1d6 worth of damage. Sweet. And it's melee. Oh, so now she can run up there and start hacking at the wolf. Ooh, that's a bloody picture. Now, though, that lone wolf gets to attack. 67, definitely a hit. 4, that's Samson again. I was keeping them the same. 1, 2 is the priest, 3, 4 is Samson. 7 is yet again another hamstring, so we don't have to worry about the immobilization, but he takes, oh, it's only a 1, 2 more points of damage. So he goes from a 13, that should be a 3. That's the only bad thing about doing this with dice. 13 down to an 11. We're going to have to heal him. We're back to Samson's turn. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to use the bandages, recover for 4 Vita. So that's going to get us back up to 15, which is a little bit better, okay? Then, this is passive, so we do not have to pay the power price of this. When you use a consumable, instead of discarding it, pass an Archaeology 6, and by the way, he has +2 in Archaeology, so that's a 4, to keep the item or token by placing it on this card. It can be used once more before it's discarded. So cool! So, let's see if we can roll a 4 or higher. And we rolled a 10. So he gets to keep this bandage on here. Sweet. After quickly healing up, we are going to do some damage. That is a 5. So we're not going to do any damage. Man, he's being so useless for that. But, you know, there's good things about him, too. He's been taking damage, and he hasn't been immobilized because of it. So I'm not going to complain, even though that was a terrible roll. Okay. The priest now comes around with his pick. He gets a +4 to his die roll. He rolls a 20. That's not going to be enough to hit the wolf either. Uh-oh. Okay, we've had 2 air balls by our team. Let's see what Val can do. 1, 2, 3, 4. She can get to here. She has line of sight. She does not have a ranged weapon, though. She has only her hacker, but she does have her powers. She has 3 power points. She's going to use 1 to be able to do that brain damage. Okay, so she has 2 left. She rolls 1d4, and she does 4 points of damage. Sweet. That puts him down from a 13 to a 9. Totally worth it. But now the wolf retaliates. And it's a 2. This is finally at the priest, and it's a 96. So the priest does get hit. This means the priest first has to see if he's going to be immobilized. He has to roll a 5 or higher to stop being immobilized. The only thing that can help with immobilization is trickery, and our priest has no trickery. Come on, 5 or higher. That is definitely a 1, so our priest is immobilized. For immobilize, the forces around you prohibit your movement. Receive -10 might. Pass ecology 5 at the start of each round of your stride becomes 0. This status ends when combat is over. So right now he's immobilized. When combat's over though, he'll come back, and at the beginning of each round we can try and get that back by just rolling an ecology 5. He does still receive d4 plus 1 damage. Oh, come on. That's a 4. So he's going to take 5 points of damage. That has him go from a 22 down to a 17, which is, oh, what a hit. At least he didn't become sickened, though. That's one thing I've got to be happy about. Okay, this round, our archaeologist did not get attacked. He is going to hit with this whip. I can just feel it. 95. Yes, we subtract 2 to that. That's still enough. That is going to do some damage. Now we're going to roll a 4. Oh my gosh, you guys, I should call things more often. There's a 4. That is 4 points of damage. Plus 1 is 5. 9 minus 5 is 4 health. And I think I'm going to leave him at that because I'm hoping my priest and Val can take him out. Our priest, going to grab his trusty pickaxe. And we're looking at, we got a plus 4 for his roll. 34 plus 4 is 38. That's not enough. We needed 41. Bummer. Val's going to put herself at danger. She's going to go 1, 2, come into here and attack with that hacker. We get plus 5 might. We have minus 5 because we're spooked. And then we get to add plus 3 to that. So a total of plus 3 we get to add to this. That's an 81. That's a hit. And we get to roll a d6 for damage. A 4 or higher, and we've taken out the wolf. That's only a 2. Oh, but we got to add plus 1 because of our damage bonus. So that's 3 points of damage. Just not enough to take out that wolf. That wolf has 1 health left. So we're going to say, what the heck? We're going to use our psychic implosion. That's going to make our power points go from 2 to a 1. So we've used 5 power points this combat. But that's going to automatically take out that wolf. We can say, sayonara, wolf. We defeated 3 wolves, so we gain 6 coins. And I'm not sure about this, let me know, but I think we also received 30 lore each, 10 for each wolf that we defeated. So 30 lore and 6 coins each. Maybe you guys can help me with this too. For loot, search the dead for items. For every unique creature defeated, werewolf, strefa, etc., each character rolls a d10 at the end of combat. On every d10, 10 plus, they find an item. Characters that have a search bonus, such as lucky, add the modifiers. Ghost characters cannot loot. If you fail or avoid an encounter, there's no rewards gained. So from that, it's saying for every unique creature defeated, we only defeated wolves. So I think we can only do 1 search roll per player. That's what I'm going to do now. If you guys disagree and you think it should be 3 for each one, I can catch that up in the next video. We'll start with Samson. That's a 3, so a fail. Then the priest, that's a 5, and then Val. Come on, come on, come on. Val gets another item. I must have given her such a hard time about rolling a 1 that she's been ticked off at me. It's been rolling really nice. I like it. Naming papyrus. Remove the possessed status or make a foe immobilized during their next turn. Whoa, that's sweet. It is consumable, but I like it. After the wolves are dealt with, the farmer tells you, beyond is a path that will take you to an old burial ground. The mausoleum there houses a long-forgotten entrance into the caves of Nurian's Hollow. This is where the priest went. He agrees to show you his shortcut and offers to join you. The leader gains the farmer companion. So here's another tutorial, and this is really nice. Companions provide bonuses to a character during their adventures. Each character has 2 companion slots, allowing them to have up to 2 companions at any one time. Companions stay with the character until they are lost by an event or certain negative statuses, death, or etc. A companion card may be discarded at any time, but never traded with another character. You may block an attack against you for 1 source of damage, such as a snare, by discarding a companion. Ooh. All companion cards are unique, so if you are prompted to gain a companion that is already in play, you instead receive 15 coins. Our man Samson just gained the Farmer. He now gets +1 ecology and +1 to his max vita. So that means his max vita can now go to 24 instead of 23. The path heads into a burial ground. You see the mausoleum that holds the forgotten entrance into Nurian's Hollow. An open grave is to your left. You make your way toward the door to the crypt, hoping to quickly find the entrance into the cave you were told about. So this is different than an encounter. This is an adventure. So we're going to have an adventure here, and this is we have to move our characters to the exit zone and complete map skill checks number 2 in order to continue the story by skipping to chapter 2 on page 8. See the attention dialog box. So now we have to set up this board, and we go through an adventure going through this cemetery tile. We'll have different places that we can do search locations or see what the heck these are, these 2 dice. We've got search locations here and a door, and this is where we can start. This is where I'm going to stop the video for today. I think that encounter was long enough. Let me know if you guys think I missed anything in the encounter, and if you think I should have been able to loot a little bit more. But otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.